Hi everyone, it's Deb Putnoy here in the Drawing Lab in Boston, Massachusetts. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving break and we're back here in the Drawing Lab and excited to be back. I have my ABCs of drawing here and oh wow, they're actually in the right direction when I look. And we're up to H, which is over here, to have fun, which it's kind of I do a lot of teaching with kids and adults, and actually had a great honor of teaching about 28 older people, like 76 and above people, a couple last week, and really found it so exciting to work with that group and to see kind of their spirit and happiness in drawing. So I find it really important to find that joy, and that drawing can be a lot of fun. I think so many people have such fear and trepidation around the idea of drawing. And the reason that I created the Drawing Lab to begin with was to really connect people back to this like innate primal selves of their drawing ability, and that I think so many people leave it behind to when they're about 5, or someone says that they did something wrong, and then that's it. They don't want to like explore that part of themselves. And so to work with people of all ages and to get them back to this core sense of themselves, and to show them that they can have fun through drawing, I think is essential. So I'll put that down and just want to talk to you a little bit about, and I was going to do some drawing here. I'm sorry, that's my clock that goes off sometimes. But that drawing is like just can be a freeing, fun activity. It doesn't have to be fraught with so many like intense emotions of like doing it perfectly. And so how do you get yourself into that fun, exciting kind of mode with yourself, and how do you turn off that critical side? And that's a big part of my work, is to help people get into like the process approach and to feel okay about making mistakes, and to access their drawing mind, not only to be an artist or use it in art, but really to connect as a form of communication or figuring things out or a thinking skill. So what I did today is just set up, I'm going to angle this down a little bit so you can see, but I just put a grid on my paper. I have like a grid of, and I do this a lot with paint and different materials. I spend a lot of time in my studio painting and doing collage and mixed media, but I have this grid, and I have my couple drawing tools here, and I have some Craypas, very simple tools, right? And if you just think about having a small little box that you're just going to have fun and play inside of, so just say you just start making your marks inside your grid. And I've never done this on a manila paper before, but say you kind of play around and just say, okay, in this box, I'm just going to see what happens when I use Craypa. And like you're just really paring down your materials, and then letting yourself just play inside with what happens when you do pencil on top of the Craypa. And then I can make the Craypa kind of make the lines disappear a little bit, knock them back. I have a little bit of another color. Remember we talked about like using your marks. So just how can you have fun? Maybe you're just going to do a bunch of shapes on. You want to fill up that square. And then maybe I go over to the next square, and then it's just about exploration. And you can do this with color. I chose to make my palette very muted in a sense. So it's just about what kind of marks can I make? So I find this is a great way to loosen up. You have these 12 squares, and how can you make each one a little bit different? I have 3 different kinds of pencils. This is just a regular ebony pencil. Maybe I switch up my hands a little bit, make some marks with my opposite hand. You can see the tape is going to give us a nice crisp line, and then you can go over with that Craypa and then smudge it out. Again, it's just having fun. It's not about making something perfect. It's about experimenting with the tools, with your mark making. So we're going to go to the next square and kind of see what happens there. Maybe I'm going to play with making some different eye shapes. Like charcoal. So again, I'm just kind of playing around with my different materials. I have 3 different materials I'm using. And for some reason, I started out with now doing a face, which I've been doing a series of portraits of teens that are just about to go to college, and so I'm very much kind of involved in kind of thinking about faces. Again, I'm gonna knock back. Sometimes what I like to do is knock back something with the white Crayon, and then it knocks back the drawing, and then I just draw again, the same thing, but on a little bit different spot. So you get a little bit of a sense of erasure. I know this is upside down for you. Maybe I'll do the next head. Maybe I'll do it 2 upside down. So this way it will be upside down for me. Sorry for that noise, it's horrible. Again, I'm knocking back. So I'm just having fun. This is the have fun H. Like I'm just kind of playing around with my materials. And like I said, I'm gonna do this one upside down. Oh, it's horrible, that noise. Sometimes charcoal will make that really annoying noise, and I'm sorry about that. I'm doing this face upside down for you, so don't really. And you know, I'm all about process over product here. It's a little bit like, let's see what happens, and sharing with you, just like not having, I know there's lots of art out there now that's about, you know, follow the directions and you'll get a certain thing. And I'm really the opposite of that. I'm all about following your own internal voice, your own visual voice, and see what happens. Not for me to give you, I can give you inspiration or ideas, but you have your own internal way that you want to express yourself, and I can give you tools to help you find that. But I don't think necessarily following other people's approach or what, follow the, like, color by numbers. I always think of it like, I mean, it's fun to do, but I want to teach you how to use your own drawing mind to access different parts of your own self. So I did one facing me, one face, and one facing you. And what I did is I taped this out. So what I'm going to show you, and once again, I'm using Craypaw charcoal pencil. I really limited my materials. So this is a charcoal pencil. I'm using these General's charcoal. You can see there. And then I'm using an ebony pencil, which I love. They make a really dark mark. This is the ebony. Let's see. It's nice and dark. And then I have over here, I don't even know what this is, another charcoal. Even though I pick up so many random. So other charcoal, and then it's just some very cheap Craypaw in white and kind of a light tan. And then what I did is I put tape down. And so now I'm going to pick up the tape here, and it's paper tape. And it's going to rip up. I have to just carefully pull it up. And then you get like a nice crisp line in between, which I love. And this is a good way just to let yourself have fun. You don't have to fill up a whole piece of paper at once. You can do each little segment. You can make it all abstract. You can make it with images. But I just want you to have fun. Just do something today with drawing that makes you, maybe it's a doodle while you're on the telephone, or drawing to music. Anything that will let you kind of access your inner joy through drawing. Okay. And there we go. Here's our little quick, fun. You can see it in this direction, or I can flip it over. So I did the faces so you could see them in both ways. So give it a try. Have some fun today. Hi, Brianna. Hi, Karen from California. It's really nice to see everyone. And I will be back next week with our next letter, which is I. Okay, take care, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.